This is IGN. Is this really the end of the road for Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt? It's Monday, May 26th, and this is IGN News. And just a heads up, we are going to have some light spoilers about the latest Mission Impossible flick here. So if you don't want to hear it, turn it off right now. Thank you. Paramount has certainly marketed The Final Reckoning as the conclusion to the Mission Impossible saga. It's right there in the name. This film is meant to cap off a 29-year journey and chronicle Ethan Hunt's final and most desperate mission. But how final is this film really? Given the way The Final Reckoning ends, there's nothing stopping Paramount from greenlighting another sequel featuring this revamped cast. The studio certainly seems to be leaving that door open, whether or not they choose to walk through it. It may all come down to a question of money. The Mission Impossible franchise has certainly raked in the cash for Paramount over the years, but these movies are also insanely expensive to produce. Stunts this epic and stars this famous don't come cheap. Case in point, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 grossed an impressive $571 million worldwide, yet the film is still considered to be a box office failure because of its massive budget, which was inflated by complications stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Final Reckoning's budget is reported to be as high as $400 million even before marketing, meaning it needs to gross way more than its predecessor to break even. That may be too much to hope for in a summer movie season as crowded as this one. That's to say nothing of the fact that audiences are proving ever more fickle in the age of endless streaming options. Given the astronomical cost of making Mission Impossible movies, Paramount may be happy to close the door on the franchise and focus on the more profitable Top Gun series. The ROI simply isn't there any longer. That said, we could see Paramount pivoting in a slightly different direction with Mission Impossible. Perhaps Cruise's character could become more of a supporting player, with a new generation of heroic IMF agents taking center stage. That formula certainly worked for 2022's Top Gun Maverick. At one point, rumors even suggested that Maverick star Glenn Powell was being eyed to become the new face of the Mission Impossible franchise, though Powell himself has denied this. At the very least, we know director Christopher McQuarrie has explored the idea of further sequels beyond The Final Reckoning, but if the studio ever does greenlight them, we suspect the goal will be to pivot to smaller, cheaper spin-offs with less emphasis on Cruise. It's not as if Cruise is getting any younger, and at some point, Ethan Hunt needs to be allowed to retire for real. How many times can one guy save the world before it's enough? Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest movie updates and more, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.